What's up guys, it's Cigar Carpenter Mike, and today I will be reviewing the Espinosa Knuckle Sandwich 56. This is a 6x56 Toro oval. See how it's like an oval kind of box press thing going on? It is made for Espinosa at the AJ Fernandez factory in San Latano. I have had this cigar before. We actually had it on Cigars Unbanded, and I thought it was all right. But when you're smoking something on a live stream, you don't really focus that much on it, even as much as you try. Not as well as you can just being alone smoking a cigar. Cigars Unbanded, by the way, is our Thursday night live stream where we smoke cigars without the bands on them, so you don't know what they are, and then you don't have brand bias or anything. You rate them, and it's a good time. I'll have a link at the end of the review. Anyway, I thought it was all right. The San Andreas wrapper with Nicaraguan binder and fillers is, everybody's done them at this point, right? Most of the time they're pretty decent, but most of the time they're also kind of nothing special. Every once in a while though, you get one that is just something special. So, we'll see how this one goes. As far as Espinosa, I've had a lot of the knuckle sandwiches. I've had, the Maduro, the Habano, the Connecticut. I think I like the Maduro the best. Like, when I had it, it had a little bit of a drying effect on the palate, but as long as you had a glass of water, it was delicious. Draw has like some earthy, woody note to it with maybe a little bit of like musty funkiness. The retro's got a little bit of pepper, but it's also got like some sweetness to it. I can feel the pepper bite a little bit there as I spoke. We'll see. I'm gonna do a second retro. There's some sort of sweetness there I'm gonna have to put better words to in the first third. But yeah, it bites at the end there. The finish has a little bit of like nuttiness to it. Almost maybe a little bit of chalky nuttiness. I will burn through the first third and I will check back in with better details. I'm getting to the end of the first third of this Knuckle Sandwich 56. I don't know if I said it in the intro. This is like 16 bucks and it was made for Guy Fieri's 56th birthday. Anyway, the draw has like toasty oak and it's not charred. It's just a nice, really toasty flavored oak flavor, along with some walnut. The retro has like a unique, like sweet, maybe like fruity or floral, can't quite figure it out, mustiness, like a unique sweet mustiness. And then there's lighter pepper than light up, but it still tingles a little bit. It doesn't like bite like it did on light up though. And if you blow that whole retro out of your nose, there's like a dark coffee note, along with like some molasses sweetness that just lingers on the palate. And then on the finish, if you take the draw in your mouth and you blow the whole thing out of your mouth, there's like this nutty coffee note with chocolate and that molasses-like sweetness. This thing's really good so far. I'm definitely enjoying this one more than the one I smoked on Cigars Unbanded. Probably because I'm sitting here thinking about it as I'm smoking it rather than trying to be at least somewhat entertaining on a live stream. So, I will burn through the second third and check back in with an update. All right, I'm getting to the end of the second third of this Knuckle Sandwich 56. The draw has like a musty, toasty wood with some walnuts. And like the mustiness on this cigar, it isn't like deep or dank. It's like a brighter mustiness, if that makes any sense. On the retro, if you blow the whole thing out of your nose, it's got that light mustiness again. And that note that before I was like, it's kind of floral, kind of fruity. I think it's kind of landed on like a light citrus. There's almost no pepper, and there's a light bit of that like walnut note as you're blowing it out of your nose. What's left lingering on the palate after you blow the retro out your nose is like a toasty molasses and coffee note, which is really nice. On the finish, there's like a citrusy tartness and then coffee. It's not like they're combined into one where you get like bad acidic coffee. It's like two independent things that are kind of coexisting. And then I get a little bit of raisiny sweetness after that initial citrusy thing kind of dies down. And then on the long finish, that coffee holds on, and there's a little bit of like a caramel sweetness along with it. I mean, if this thing doesn't fall off in the final third, this is a great cigar start to finish. So I will burn through the final third and check back in with a summary. All right, on to the end of the final third of this Knuckle Sandwich 56. The draw, the spice has bumped up. There's actually a spice present on the palate on the draw that's pretty significant. It's not ridiculous, but it's more than it ever has been throughout the cigar. That's along with a charred wood note, but it's not like bitter charred, so it's pleasant. And then on the retro, there's a woody note with a floral hint, and it's no longer citrusy. And there's some pepper on that retro too, but it's not too biting. But if you blow the whole retro out of your nose, there's the citrus note settles on the palate with some pepper, and then a little bit of like coffee and chocolate. It's very nice. And then on the finish, if you take the draw in your mouth and you blow the whole thing out of your mouth, there's like dark roast coffee, and there's like a charred earthy wood and that charred note is like on the very edge of being bitter. It's not quite there, but it's definitely deeply charred. There's a little bit of walnut nuttiness. So in the final third, you could say this thing has fallen off. It's definitely different. If you don't like charred notes, you're not gonna like the very end of this thing. But I think it was nice because it wasn't the whole cigar and it was never overbearing. Overall, this cigar it's really good. I really enjoyed this, and I'm glad I did, because I know a few people that really enjoy this cigar, and I just didn't see it when I was smoking it on the live stream. And I think the reason for that is I thought it was a perfectly fine cigar on the live stream, but it wasn't like, I don't get why people love this. But if you're smoking it and you're paying attention to it and you're not distracted, there's nuances to it that make it really good and make it special for a San Andreas over Nika, which is a tired combination 99% of the time. If you're not paying attention to this, it's just gonna kind of taste like any old San Andreas over Nicaraguan. So if you can find one of these, which is pretty hard to do at this point, you'll probably just find it in the wild, like in a shop. I don't think you can find it online anywhere, at least that I can tell. If you find it and you only get one, make sure you're paying attention to it. The experience, if you can only find one and you just smoke it playing golf or something, the experience will be wasted. So my recommendation is to grab one of these if you can find it. Try it out, pay attention to it. It's a great cigar. And that's about all I got on this one. As always, don't forget to check out Cigars on Bandit, our Thursday night live stream. That's a good time. I've got a subscription button to my channel over here. I'll have like the Knuckle Sandwich Connecticut review over here or something. And some sort of playlist down here. Thanks for watching.